can even picture myself saying to a cop, you know, like, I'm a pig smoker and you're a fucking pig. You know, like most cops I would think would take that as a threat. You know, like
Absolutely, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you just never. That's the whole thing. It's like, it's like cops are like, you don't know. Like some of them are very actually like real decent people, and it's unsafe to try to figure out which ones the good ones are. You just have to kind of assume they're all like psychotic because.
None of them are your friends, dude.
Yeah,
Even
none
the
of them.
good
But
ones.
there are people. There are some cops. They go home at the end of the day. They really, they try to be a good person. They would never, they would never really use their position of authority to try to harm someone or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they work alongside a bunch of people who would, and you can't tell who's who.
Yeah.
And so when you're in a situation with them, you just kind of have to pretend like it's just like you're surrounded by poisonous snakes. Like, what do I have to do? Just keep looking in the eye. Don't make a lot of fast movements. Whatever they need from me, we're gonna get out of this. But I'm terrified, and I just kind of don't. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the police.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
I had to fight my friend for telling everyone that a guy nutted in my eye.
Did he really nut in your eye?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that happens. That's very common. So she told everybody, though?
Well, it went in my eye, and it
Give
kind
you
of
an infection or something?
it kind of coated the eyeball like I didn't,
wow.
and it
Good
kind
thing you
of.
didn't wear contacts, do you?
No, I wasn't. I was fresh-eyed,
Yeah.
virgin-eyed.
Thank goodness.
Took a full load right in my ball.
Do you think you
eyeball.
would have hated it more if you had been wearing contacts? You know, like especially if you said that you had.
Oh, absolutely. That would get underneath them.
I don't know what semen's made of, but can it melt those things? Can semen melt things? Is it like an
Depends on what you
acid?
eat, I
Did you
guess.
feel like it was melting your eyeball?
Oh, I felt like my eye was falling out.
Yeah.
But it was dark and it was painful, and so I was like, I didn't see, and he didn't really give me any note, because we're
Notice,
teenagers,
warning, yeah.
So it was just sort of like a burp, 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 sorry.
That's so funny though, because like literally you were embarrassed of
Yeah.
that when you were a teenager. And now you're just talking about it on a podcast because that's very, very common.
Yeah.
Like nobody should be embarrassed about that.
I'm still embarrassed.
Are you
I just
really?
don't care any. Yeah, I just don't have any
Okay.
shame. My whole life is just humiliation and shame. So I just kind of figure like, why even avoid it? It's just
Lean
coming
in.
for me. Yeah. But I told everyone I had pink eye. I tried to play it off.
Yeah.
Because having shit in your eye is more.
Did you not know that when you
I
were a
didn't
teenager?
know. I
You
was-
didn't know what
I
pink
was
eye
high
was.
all the time. I was
Fair
just
enough.
high. I was like,
You're
oh,
like,
it's
you're
pink eye.
Hi,
That'll
just jerking cocks and
Yeah, I mean, so she told everyone I was.
Did you fought her though?
I mean, I hit her.
She deserved it.
We're
She
still
was your
friends.
friend, right?
We're still friends.
Okay.
She knows she
Oh,
fucked up.
Well, Izzy, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Hey,
this is
thank
the Manly
you.
Girly show. We met you when you did Juanon with Harrison.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Like that episode's a hit. That episode's doing
It
great.
is.
People
Yeah, it's
really
doing
like
great.
it. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I hope it's doing some good. I hope
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Helping some people
helping people.
Oh,
with their
absolutely.
conspiracies.
Yeah. Welcome again. We have Andy as always, and myself. Izzy, so you're a comic from Wilmington. Do I have that correctly?
Yes, sir.
And why don't you tell us a little bit of how did you start comedy? Like, how long have you been doing comedy, and what made you do it? Maybe.
All right. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of. Okay.
How long have you been doing comedy first?
Okay, so I've been in the entertainment industry as like a comic and an actor. I've done all of it at the same time. So
Okay.
I started around 1995.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, and I was in an improv troupe in Wilmington. And then I really dug that. And then when I moved away, I just started doing more improv. And then meeting improv people led me into, a lot of them also did stand-up. And I was a huge stand-up fan. And my dad, I would go visit him, and we would watch all these, Andrew Dice Clay tapes and shit like that. So
he encouraged you.
oh, yeah, my dad was a huge fan. So I was, I don't know, I just it just seemed like a natural progression to go from, theater kid to improv, which is a little more subversive, and then stand up where I can literally just say anything that I want. So it was a really kind of a quick, and then I don't know, I just did it off and on for a long time. I never really pursued it as my sole career because I was doing other things as I was
got
an
your day
actor.
job,
And
day
yeah,
job.
I don't know. And I think there was part of me that was a little bit scared, like, oh, it's so hard and it's so competitive. And in these other industries, you can get more of like a day job with it, like you can work at a theater company, you can have a position, but like with a comic, there really is no like,
That's a really good
work
point.
at the comedy warehouse and come in.
No, most of them work at liquor stores, I
Yeah,
think. No.
if they have a job.
Exactly.
They have a job.
They're just out there,
Yeah. So I don't know. So I kind of just always did it. And I've always written material just as a writer and written sketch comedy and done things, just all kinds of things. It just always, it kind of feeds into each other. So it's like you'll be doing a sketch and kind of working on a sketch and you start thinking like, that's much more of a bit than it is something that needs to be like acted out in a funny hat. And so you kind of keep that in your mind. And then 3 years later you come back and you're like, oh, that sketch I wrote, holy shit, that works. So it's just
so great,
as long as
though.
you keep creating and keep making content of any kind,
that makes so much sense too, because nobody gets good at something unless you kind of fail at it quite a bit. And there's a lot of people with any type of business, a lot of half starts. So what kind of an awesome thing that you can take all of your half starts and kind of put them in your back pocket and use them later. You're like, oh wait, this was an imperfect idea.
We're calling them
then?
half starts, not failures. By the way, we're calling them half starts and not
False
failures.
starts,
False
half
starts.
starts.
No, I mean, it's just like I had,
But they can still be helpful.
I had
to
a
you.
little bit of success in everything I did, but I just never, I don't know. I was never like needed it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta do whatever I can. It was always just kind of like I did what I did to the point that it made me happy and I felt fulfilled and I was able to support myself. And then I never really tried to like go for that next level and be like, I should,
So what changed?
I turned 40 and I got divorced and I moved back to my hometown. And I'd been doing stand up, I'd been getting more back into stand up before that anyway, but I don't know. It's just I started realizing like life is short.
Yes, it's true.
This is the thing that of everything, I can be in a play, I can be in a band, I can nothing really, really makes me as happy as doing stand up. I just kind of realized it one day and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna give it a fucking shot.
Is it because of the audience participation? Do you need that laugh, or what are you looking for in it? Like, what do you get out of it that that's the thing that you want to do? That
I think it is the freedom to be able to deliver any kind of material, any kind of message, any kind of joke.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have anybody else's hand in it. I don't have a director saying, say this a different way. And I don't have I don't have anyone saying, oh, you need to, look a certain way or whatever. I can look like shit. I can go on a stage with, none of the accoutrement that other things. And I can just say the material I've created and it's just as valuable as any other high art, that has all of this other bullshit behind it. So it's just, I think it's pure. I think it's just when it just is what it is. It's just a person and all you have is your material. You got nothing else. I mean, unless you're a prop comic, which, no hate. No hate to prop comics.
Would you say that musician comics with a guitar are prop comics or are their own category?
See, as a lot of people hate on musical comedy. And I am surprisingly not one of them because as a musician, writing funny songs, that's kind of fucking hard. That's kind of hard.
I mean, Weird Al Yankovic, he was my hero when I was a kid, and they had a biopic about him, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna watch the shit out of that. They knew that I wanted to see that. They've been sending me all kinds of ads. Was it good? Did you see it?
Dude, it was the tits. Did you know?
My gosh. So Daniel Radcliffe was gonna come to the town where I'm from and do they had at the local theater and everything. They were telling me about these tickets and all. Like, I didn't get them. It was terrible. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I just built that.
To me?
I feel like I built that up a bunch,
sorry
and I was
for
going to be
you.
like, and then I met Daniel Radcliffe, and we did blow in the bathroom, and it was great. No, that's not
sorry
what
that
happened.
didn't happen for
It
you.
didn't happen for me.
Someday,
yeah.
He's still alive.
He is still alive.
Yeah. Maybe he'll make another biopic.
Maybe he will. But about Weird Al Yankovic?
Oh.
I know. It was so.
No, that movie was the tits, though. But no, like if you can write a funny song that people remember.
Absolutely.
That's a thing. Now, when
There's
a
no
comic
such
is
thing
not
as-
funny and then they just take a guitar up and they play a guitar and they're also not funny, that's double cringe.
Yeah.
That's the worst of every open mic ever.
Well,
But,
we had a convo about this the other day, right? And my argument was that either there's something else besides just a comic, right? A comic musician, because if you're listening to a song, you don't necessarily need to listen to the lyrics to enjoy the song, right? So all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, the guy could be playing behind other people. Like, okay, take the song, even if the content of the song is not good, right? So can the song stand on its own without the comedy? Because a lot of the times they have cool riffs that they do, right? And it's like a fun little riff, and then they say something on top of it, right? So the song, in that sense, take away the comedy and keep the song, okay, still music. But if you take away the guitar and some of the punchlines that they're doing, I don't think they would land without the music. So I say that they're more
That's a good
music
point.
than comedy,
Well, the music is the vessel through which that material is delivered, and sometimes, like anything else, that's the best. Do you guys know who Tim Minchin is? Okay, so he's an Australian comedian, and he has a song about using canvas bags instead of plastic bags at the grocery store.
Okay.
And he's got like a voice of a fucking angel, and it swells and it's gorgeous, and it's literally all about just not using plastic bags.
That's so funny. Is he a comic?
He's a comic, and
That's
then
funny.
he was he was on Broadway, but he was real big for a while.
If he's like just being eco-conscious, I don't think it's funny. No, I'm kidding.
No, and that's the thing. It's like just the way it's delivered. It's not. I mean, it's like serious, but it's very clearly a satire, and but just like the quality of the song, you can listen to Canvas Bags and that shit slaps, even if it's not funny.
Yeah.
Like I'll listen to Canvas Bags any day.
There's this song. I bet you've never heard it. It came out like in the early 2000s. It's called Camel Toe. Do you remember that song? Mm-hmm. That's right. Uh-huh. Oh no. Fix yourself, girl. You got a camel toe.
Nah, but I like it.
It was good. It was jammy. And I think about it all the time, still to this day. And it was like 20 years ago. And I'm like, I love that camel toe song. I think about it every time I wear leggings. Fix yourself, girl. Exactly. You jam to it.
Yeah, I can't write lyrics for shit. That's the thing. I can write jokes. I cannot write a song lyric to save my life. It just doesn't. It doesn't.
Well,
doesn't sound right.
It's a different skill. You got to have like cadences and stuff. Didn't you say you could be a musician? Aren't you a musician?
I'm a singer.
You're a singer? So you can't write words? You're a singer? Okay, you can read somebody else's words?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that because, you mentioned with comedy you like the freedom and nobody's telling you what to write or whatever. Do you have like other comics that you have collaborated with though, like on jokes and those sorts of things? Do you feel like that's more of a...
Well, I mean, I don't collaborate. I usually don't. There's been very few times in my life where I've like sat down with another comic and said like, let's look at either my set or your set.
Yeah, and
let's
pick it apart.
let's pick, let's like work on it. Like that's like a real rare thing.
That's
That's
cool,
like,
though.
But I mean, a lot of the times comics, they sit around and then they joke and you're coming up with like fucked up things. And then someone says something really kind of fucked up and funny. And then it's sort of a, if you're the one that said it, well, that's your material now.
Yeah.
But if someone else says it, but it's in the guise of like material that you're discussing, like, oh, I was coming up with this really funny joke. And then someone else goes, yeah, and then you should say that. And you go, oh, fuck, bitch, yeah, I should. It's always like sort of this moment of like, okay, is this okay?
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I try to like not... like if someone says like you should say something or like this would be funny or like someone tries to like contribute to things that I say on stage, I'm always a little bit wary.
And
it's almost kind of to the point that I give them like if I'm like, yeah, and then my friend said I should blah 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 because it doesn't feel like my voice.
Right.
But then again, it works for the joke. So it's
I heard a long time ago that if you hear a joke, the first time you repeat that joke, you have to say who said it. So,
you don't
if
tell
I said
other
this
people's
joke,
jokes.
Well, I'm a non-comic. This is for non-comic
you can tell everyone's
people.
jokes.
Yeah. So if I repeat your joke, I have to say that, Izzy Berger said this joke, and then I can repeat the joke, and it's very funny, right? But the second time I say it, I can say, well, I heard this somewhere. And then the third time I say it, that's my joke. It's my joke now, and I'm going to say it all I want, and I'm never going to say Izzy Berger said it again.
Bring it back to the stage, Carlos Mencia.
That's what I was just
Carlos,
gonna
how
say.
are
I
you?
think that's
Hey.
actually one of the excuses he used. Like I used it once and then I used it again.
He's a comic, though. That doesn't count when comics do it.
God,
I'm just
he's
a
not a
regular
comic.
person. How many times
not
should
a
I be like, Dave Chappelle said this joke? Okay, well, I've said it so many times, I deliver it better than he does now.
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know. I feel as a writer and as someone who
She's like, I don't know that I can agree with you.
I can't abide any sort of material theft of any
I would never
kind.
steal your jokes. I'm not a comic.
The thing is, I
You
feel like
feel
if,
so concerned now. You're like, I have to leave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
joking.
but
I'm
it's like-
actually really terrible at telling jokes, and
a
I
lie.
have
You're
a couple
hilarious.
of them. He thinks I'm very funny, and there are funny people, and there are people who are good at telling jokes, and other people are better at telling jokes. I can be naturally funny, but I'm not good at telling jokes. Do you know what I mean?
there's all different kinds of funny. There are literally some people that are the funniest fucking people you would ever meet, and then
Yeah.
you put them on a stage.
Yeah, they're not funny.
And it's almost like sad. It's almost like you see a
That would
part
be
of them.
me.
It's like the light shines into their soul and there's a sad soul and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like there's just some people that are able to, and then there's some people that are not at all funny or fun to be around in the real world. And
Yeah,
you put them up
that's true.
behind a mic and they kill. So it's sort of a
That's
different,
true.
what you see on a stage and what you see in real life, they're different things,
Yeah.
Oh,
They've really
100%.
honed
Yeah.
their craft.
There's
yeah.
this comic, and we mentioned him yesterday. We just met him, or actually I met him a while ago. But do you know Isaac Woolsey?
Isaac Woolsey. Yeah.
I think I've heard the name. I don't know.
Yeah. He's and he has in his joke. I think he has a joke about autism or whatever, right? But he's an odd guy.
Yeah, he's on the
Um,
spectrum.
He's
definitely.
an odd guy, and and we were sitting at Sog's, actually, Sog's open mic in Chapel Hill, and there was somebody there that made some joke about like screwing dogs or whatever, right? Like or like kind of like roundabout, like they didn't
Dating
really.
his dog, fucking his dog,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
whatever.
It was.
He really
it was
loves his
okay.
dog,
It
put it that
didn't
way.
hit as much, right? But then Isaac comes up like a couple of like comics later. He's like, he's like to the guy that that said, and I'm butchering this probably. That was talking about fucking his dog. Whenever I thought about fucking my dog, I didn't. You know what? Because my dog's a bitch. Or whatever. And the delivery on it, like it cracked the room, like wide
Especially
open.
because nobody laughed at the joke that the other comic said. Like Isaac crushed it.
And
honestly,
and
I
even
really
all of his
appreciate
other
his
jokes
ability
after
to.
that. Like he was like banger after banger after banger.
But so many with
like,
it, you could tell that he had written just then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a way of like delivering a sentence that is in a funnier way, like what you emphasize. And some people just do that more naturally. They just sort of have a natural way of pausing, and sort of so. Yeah, good.
No,
I mean,
and to what you were saying earlier, right? Like, if you talk to this guy outside of it, you don't realize that is who he is on
He's up
stage.
there just
It's like,
crushing
holy
it on
shit.
stage.
Like,
He's
I was
very
like
funny.
impressed. I was like, wow. Like we want to have him on the show. Isaac, you're welcome, buddy.
I always love comics like that are secret crushers. They just kind of sit in the back and just
does too,
like a
yeah.
like a nocturnal animal, just like from the dark in the corner, just watching, and then they come up on stage and the whole house burns down, and then they just go home.
Yeah.
They just leave. They wave. They say thank you. And they
Like
leave.
a superhero.
Yeah, and everybody goes, "Who the fuck was that?" They didn't say anything to anyone. No, it's cool though. I mean, yeah, comedy's fun.
You sound like so serious.
Oh my god, it's 11 o'clock in the morning.
You
Do
picked
people
this
know
time.
how Did I pick it? This is my fault.
You're like, I could do pretty early.
Oh, I did say that, didn't I?
You sure did.
I guess can do.
You were hoping that I would say 2 p.m.
It's the illusion because some of our podcasts we record daytime, sometimes at nighttime. You can't tell most of the time,
Oh, we do wardrobe changes.
Yeah.
So that
No way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Oscar's got nothing on us.
Yeah, because we'll record 6, 7, 8 podcasts in a day. Like because we
Jeez.
release 4 different podcasts a week. Like
so we kinda have to
it's
have 'em
like,
banked.
I'd lose my fucking mind.
It's so fun. See, like you were saying, comedy's so fun.
It's fun. This is a lot of work and a lot of things plugged in.
So can I ask you? Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna do this thing. I told him, I was like, because I'm trying really hard to learn all this stuff. I'm just learning though, so it's hard, especially when he knows so much and he's so easy to just plug everything into where it goes and put the lights the way they need to be. And so I said, we're gonna do this thing where he unplugs everything.
That's my gift, Isaac. Okay, that's my gift. Okay.
What's your gift?
No, I said to what you were saying. I was telling Isaac that's my gift.
What's your gift?
Well, you were just saying.
Oh, okay.
What were you just talking about?
Being able to plug everything in.
Yeah, and well, it's I'm making an allusion to that Isaac, right? You were the thing, and then he was able to crush that on stage. You know, I'm making that connection. Hey, guess what? Like, you know, sometimes the jokes don't land.
Yeah. And sometimes you plug the red cord into the wrong hole and your whole, shit doesn't work. It's the same thing.
That's my 20s, you know? Like, I mean, shit, you know?
So he's going to unplug everything, and then I have to figure out where everything goes. I know. I'm so excited.
Boot camp.
This was my idea, too. Like, literally, I want to do this to myself.
No, once you do it a couple of times, you're going to have it down, though, and then you won't be scared of it anymore. You've conquered it. And then you can set it up anytime. Like, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, and you probably do it even better because she's much more organized than I am. So you probably actually put the label. It's like, oh, why don't we put the label on it this time? So we don't have to figure it out every fucking time.
Yeah, because I noticed Brandy was like, oh, you switched all the cords. All the cameras are different.
Yeah, she was as well. Like,
Brandy, our new PA, I know. Well, because we had Juanon going yesterday. So we had multiple podcasts going on at the same time.
Yeah, we recorded two at the same time.
Which is our first time. Yeah, it went really well.
Yeah, we're trying, we're always trying new stuff here.
Jeez, damn DreamWorks. I got a lot of shit going
on.
So
anyway, though, Brandy came in and Arturo had shown her how to use the switcher and everything. And she came back and she goes, oh no, all these cameras are different because he had switched around all the cords. Every single number was different. She had to relearn the whole thing.
Yeah, and I have a different switcher in there. I mean, it's the smaller version of this one. So this one has a lot more buttons and a lot more shit that I hadn't shown her how to use.
Yeah.
And a switcher is for switching?
Live switching.
The video
so
switching,
like the screen here.
You can see on the monitor, right?
So we've got multiple
I see what you're doing.
Video streams. They're all constantly, he doesn't have to cut this all together yet later. Yeah. This is live.
So basically anything that we try to do as much in pre and during production so that we save the time in post-production because we got to turn it around pretty quickly.
Yeah.
At least it works pretty well for the podcast format. We have some other like long form, like other content. I'll show you here on the screen here. Give me a second. That we want to do more of, and that's what we're kind of like zoning in this this format because it will free up time for us to do the other stuff. The stuff that we really want to show. And then let me show you it in a second here. And we're doing this live, baby. We're doing it live. Like, what's that guy's name?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Oh, Bill O'Reilly?
Bill O'Reilly.
The human liver spot?
Old Billy boy, old Billy Nuts,
Oh, gross. I totally made that.
Let's go. Yeah! Let's go! All right.
We hosted a comedy show outside the other studio. We were in an art thing that they had.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit again.
It's like with a podcast, you can get away in the format you can, it's kind of like live switching, right? But this, you have to grab a lot of footage,
like
graphics, stitch the music, get the footage right with the timing of the music so it actually flows, right? Like, so it's not entirely disjointed. Finding a song that, and I have this footage because it's been, once again, years in the making. Some of this footage is from some of it is from 2019, some of it's from 2015, some of it's from 2022, 23.
Oh, you're saving the footage.
Yeah, like that's my dad right there. This is when I was in Thailand, but this type of content takes a lot more time editing in post production, at least.
Oh yeah,
he's got like our podcast. you know, it takes him like 30 minutes to edit a podcast now. But this took 3 days.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And this is 3 minutes, and our podcasts are an hour. And it's like, you know, they're not commiserate.
Yeah, so it, you know.
So I was going to ask you though, Izzy.
Oh, here, I'll show you this cool little
Yeah.
part. I really like this part right here. Because I don't know if you know Dyson and Sheila.
I think I know both of them.
Yeah, so they were.
Is that Sheila?
Yeah.
I know her.
Yeah,
And
so
Dyson's in the one in the mask.
I think Sheila's act is so fucking cool. Like,
She's very
I
interesting.
can't tell
Nobody
you,
else
like,
is doing what she's doing, you know?
You know, like I always tell her that her puppets remind me of like I'm like you should go dirtier with the puppets. I'm like it reminds Triumph, the insult comic dog. You know, I'm like her shit's so funny. You know,
she is funny.
and especially when she's like, she's such a kind person. You know, she's not always like like throwing darts out there. But we were having we had the comedy show out here, right? And Dyson, was making, like his set or whatever, and he said always like, oh, about sexuality and stuff, and I think it's very funny. But then Sheila, like comes up, with Mr. Dimple, is like, hey, yeah, don't quit your day job, right? Isn't that right, Dyson? And Dyson's like, yeah. Isn't that what they told you when you worked at a strip club, right? You were a stripper, weren't you, Dyson? He's like, just like,
oh yeah, Mr. Dimpler should definitely burn more people for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was going to ask you before I forget. Can I ask, when you got into comedy, when you finally decided, hey, that this is what I'm going to do, this is what makes me the happiest. What was going on in your life? Were there other catalysts that were making you go, no, this is what I have to do?
No,
I don't want to put any more energy into this other stuff.
No, I mean, it was like the pandemic was a big part of it because I had a really sweet gig at a puppet theater.
Puppet theater?
In Minneapolis, and I moved up from basically puppet nurse, where I was like repairing and caring for the puppets.
No, that's a real thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna take that name as a podcast.
And I was
nurse,
shop manager, and then I worked there for a while, and then I was moved up to the artistic coordinator of this big part of the tour where they would take things out. And I was so stoked, and it was awesome and whatever. And then, did all this work, and then the pandemic hit, and they couldn't take puppet shows to public places anymore. And so it was just
like
well,
sponges
crap.
for.
Do you know how to do puppets?
Yeah, I can. I'm a puppeteer. I can make them and
What?
also
You
operate
need
them.
That's
to
so
be on here
cool.
with Sheila. She is constantly talking about all the puppets and all the people who make the different puppets. And
Yeah.
we know a lot
Puppet
of
world's
puppet people
crazy.
names.
Yeah, because she says that she really needs to, because that puppet takes a lot of time, and because she got her puppet made from Steve Axdale. I don't know if you know who that is, but I guess it's a
very
puppet
famous
maker.
puppet maker.
But that she can use her puppet or in a lot of in YouTube videos or content because it's a copyrighted puppet, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
she bought it from somebody else, so she would need to make her own or have somebody custom make one for her that she can do that in. And we didn't know about that. It's not you're the second person that we know about puppetry.
Oh, that's the thing. I mean, the guy who ran my theater, Michael Summers, is kind of a been written up a lot. He's a big deal in the puppet world, and he has a very specific style. And I mean, I don't know. He's I don't know what kind of a school he comes from, but I'd imagine if someone took one of his original puppets that he made that had a very distinct look to it and was just kind of going around making videos with it and not crediting him,
His work.
or anything. I mean, I could imagine that would be a problem. I don't really, I just make puppets that people want me to make. I don't really make them for myself or have a,
No,
I'm not,
really?
it's just, no, I just,
You're just not into puppets?
No,
Listen,
I'm
if
into
you ever
them.
go
They're fun.
insane,
They're
at least
just-
you
it's not
have,
my-
It's not, yeah.
There's
not your
people
thing.
that's all their whole world is.
Yeah,
is
that's
just,
fair.
And it's all about the choreography and the movement and the precision and the, and everything. And it's just kind of,
Well, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Comedy's your thing.
Well, it was I made money. I made good money doing it for a while.
I'm
It was
telling
my-
you, those puppets are expensive. They're crazy
can
expensive,
make a
and they're
lot of
so
money.
detailed.
And I made a lot of money just fixing them, just people knocking them around, the other people using them. They'd break a nose off, and so I'd have to come in and fix a nose,
You're like, the
So
puppet
eventually-
nurse is here.
Yeah, it was good. It was a
like-
good gig, but then I don't know. I didn't have that anymore, and there weren't a lot of plays going on, at the time. Like the pandemic just kind of shut everything down. So I was kind of stuck alone and just started, crafting material, new material, and kind of thinking like, if things did ever open back up, I think I'm just going to really do stand up. That's just what I'm going to do. Like I started kind of thinking like I wasn't as excited about returning to these other things, but the thought of being able to get back and do stand up again, and people having like secret shows where like no one was supposed to go out and they'd do these secret shows. Like I never like,
that's so cool.
I was,
secret
kind of
COVID show.
Yeah. But I wasn't really in the scene enough to know, or even, I don't think I would have been a part of like that kind of stuff. Cause I was pretty scared of dying, of going outside and dying and making other people die. So I was trying to be like a good citizen, but that people were so desperate to do stand up that they were still going out and like meeting in a warehouse in the frozen tundra.
Insane. That's insane. I mean, don't they know that we have TV?
Zoom comedy is.
I know. And you know what? Netflix is garbage. All of their original content, I'm so over it. They used to have really cool stuff, and now it's just content for the sake of content.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, if I ever lose my mind, I'm going to reach out to you to make me a puppet. It's not even going to be for content, just so I can talk to myself.
It's great. It's great therapy. And you can use it. I won't copyright it.
Strike it. Listen, that puppy's going to be my girlfriend, so I'm going to use the shit out of it.
Yeah, if you want to take pictures of her on the beach, you're fine. You don't have to give me a credit on freaking.
I'd be like, you're a right hand puppet. You're not a left hand puppet because I'm a right handed.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Anyway, do you have some videos for Izzy to check out?
I do have some videos. You mentioned that you went through a divorce, and I'm sorry to hear that. I want to see, I have a couple guys here, and tell me if any of these guys are better or worse recent. Like, if is this worse than what you went through or less?
Okay.
And this will give you a little bit of a taste of what I'm about to show you.
Okay.
And I have a couple, and then we're going to play the game. Oh my God, he could have died. So let me get you all set up here. And you might have seen some of these before, maybe not. But
we're going to show them to you again anyway.
We're going to show them to you again anyway. Okay.
Who is this?
Marie. Don't ever go back. Good morning, Julia. It's me, Joe. Just wanted to say hi. Wish you a great day. Tell you that meeting you yesterday and getting a look at you was probably one of the greatest moments of my life. You were so beautiful. You don't know how beautiful you are to me. I mean, just, you're gorgeous. You're precious. And but it's been sitting in my mind when you said to me you want to go back with your ex-boyfriend. Please erase him from your memory. Don't ever go back in the past. I know, because I've been there. And I understand when, you're trying to find somebody and you go on dates and nothing compares to your ex. But there is that better person out there. And Julia, I promise you it is me.
Do you think it's him?
I will love you like you've never been loved before.
First of all, initial reactions.
Okay, is he in a hair salon? Is he in like a beauty salon? Like, okay, that's my first question. Number two, Julia, change your phone number. Julia, you caught one. You caught a live one. Julia, is Julia okay? Like, are you going to show me another clip of them bringing Julia's body out of a building in a sheet?
It's CBS News.
Yeah, like, it's funny. And then he actually did murder her. No, anyone that says, I know you're thinking about someone else, but you need to change your thoughts and think about me. Like, that's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
We had somebody here yesterday that said something very similar. She said, that seems incredibly controlling.
Yeah, he's trying to Jedi mind trick her, but in like kind of a Brooklyn way. Like he's like a Brooklyn Jedi. Like, don't worry about it. That's all he's don't. Shh. He's horrifying.
I love the reactions because sometimes we get some random reactions like Victoria when we recorded an episode with her. She's like, oh, he's sweet.
She did say, she was like a little controlling.
She's like, what's wrong with this guy?
He's very sweet. Do you think he's sweet? He's
Well,
terrifying.
let
I
her
don't
finish.
know
Let
if
her-
he's sweet. The only thing I know about this man is
that
he has circa 1997 facial hair. His neck and his head are kind of one piece. His Adam's apple has a weird little flap that kind of goes up to the side. I mean, I'm not body shaming. Look at me. You know, I'm a fucking freak of nature. But this man, I mean, this is not a specimen. This is not something you want sweating on top of you in the, you know, in the night times.
That's fair.
He's horrifying.
Let's see if he closes you. Let him finish his
there's
play. Let's
more?
see. Yeah.
Oh,
For I will cherish you. I'll make you feel like a woman, a real woman. And believe me, after you experience me, you won't even know who your ex-boyfriend is.
because I'm going to hit you on the head.
Open up your heart
Club you and take you
to
back
me
to
in
my
your
cave.
arms. Let's go full throttle. I could see me falling in love with you. I don't know. I just looked in your eyes and I just melt. Anyhow, I'm heading off to work. This is my cute little home. Everything you see behind me, I built everything. Every square inch, from crown molding to chair rail to floors to lighting to plumbing, doors, windows. So this is the type of guy you're getting. I'm a very handy guy, and I'd love to build you whatever you want.
Okay,
You're
you know
a
who he
sweetheart.
reminds me of?
A cage.
So,
Let's
I hope
build her
this-
a cage. To
You know,
stay
there's a
with.
guy who built this thing called the Coral Castle in Florida.
Oh, I've been to the Coral Castle.
Dude,
in
and it was
Florida.
like the chick, he was obsessed with the chick, and so he built
dope. It's
piece
dope.
by piece by piece. That is his Coral Castle, that Mick Mansion fabricated,
Yeah.
false wood, veneer.
We need to put a link into the Coral Castle.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
he's.
Is it cool?
He wants
I'll
to.
pull it up right after this
Yeah,
one.
I wanna
It's
see
very
it.
cool.
They say he built it with his mind, or like that he had some.
yeah, it's
alien.
very
They
cool.
don't know
Or
how he
space
lifted it.
aliens. Here, I'll show
No
you.
one ever saw him doing it, but he'd get these like, weigh a ton blocks of coral up on top of each other, and it was just this one little sad guy. Yeah.
Well, let's see if he
What?
closes you with the last few seconds.
So I hope this video doesn't scare you, but that's how I feel. I just want you to know that.
That means
Okay?
he's scared
I
a
look
woman
forward
before.
going out to dinner
This
with
is not
you.
the first time he's
So,
done this, and
let's
that
make it
is
happen.
why he puts that precursor
Mwah.
in, because
Ciao,
he
baby.
wants to circumvent that issue again.
He's like, I said I did not trying to scare you. Why are you so scared? Why are you acting so scared?
Listen, I don't know how you
I
can
just
say.
look in your eyes and I melt. Let's go full throttle.
That's a pretty good joke.
I don't know how you can say no to this part.
Mwah. Ciao, baby.
God, it just gave me genital warts. Just him doing that. I felt him growing. Ew. Why are you showing me these things? I'd rather watch Faces of Death. Show me someone falling out of a building. I don't want to watch this guy.
It's called OMG, he could have died. Get it right.
Yeah,
We're a
Joke-
family show.
Joke is that they could have died. It's you. You know, it's like just by watching our videos.
All right, so
fair.
are there more like unfuckable losers coming up for me to
yeah,
watch?
Oh, at least
I'm
one.
excited.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
cool.
Can I see the Coral Castle first?
Yeah, your wish is my my strong suggestion. Is that what we say?
Prepare to be amazed.
Yeah, it's the Coral Castle. It's come on,
He's got some garbage photos.
right? Like what? This is the landing page.
Well,
You know,
I
like-
think the guy's dead. It must be like his
Gallery.
family or like whoever kind of took it
There's
over.
nothing in the gallery.
son of a bitch.
This is the boomeriest. Just search it.
This is so
Just go to
fucking
images.
Florida,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
go to
just to
images, 'cause there's
This
dope
is
ass.
so fucking. Oh.
Yeah, and like what? And that
What
shit weighs
on
so
earth?
much.
And he lived there?
Yeah. He like lived there and built, and people would see him like
like
puttering
he
around.
built at night or something, you know.
Yeah,
like-
but they'd
Does
say
it
he like
have-
had like he would use sound waves, or he would like he had divining rods, or so they really don't know how.
So
this
wait, does
dude
it
did
have like plumbing and stuff? Electricity?
I don't think so.
Or
I think
it's
it's
just
more money.
blocks?
It's more monumenty, and they're like, well, the whole like megalithic stones. Like, how
I was
do
gonna
the
say it's got a
aliens-
very Stonehenge vibe to it, you know.
yeah, and that's what.
Just all stuff he found. Yeah,
And
there
it
he
was
is.
just because he was obsessed with
Because
a
this
woman.
chick dumped him. He was in love with her, and he wanted her to come over to America, and she didn't want to come. And I don't think she was real into him. And I think maybe she had another dude. It was,
you
you know.
I think maybe our
That
next
is beautiful.
video
Look at that.
has the same qualities of that guy at the Coral Castle. Tell me what you think about this guy.
They film cops fucking up, okay? I put cops in prison, okay? You got a problem with that? Huh? I put a chief of police in prison already. What's your name? Phillips? What do you mean? What do you call me a smartass for? Huh? It's a sheriff's name. I asked you a question. What's his name?
I just told you.
What is it? What is it?
You're gonna keep being like this toward me.
You're gonna lose your badge. You call me a smartass because this guy swallowed my hand
I'm
up.
here to help you, and the questions I'm asking you, you are being one.
What?
The questions I'm asking you, you are.
You've been on record since you walked up here, brother. You want to see it? Because you're being threatening. I'm gonna wait till the next officer, okay?
Why are you filming and said I'm a filmer?
Because you caused me. What?
I said, what are you?
Because I'm making a movie. I'm making a movie. I got enough of you. You can't tell that's a camera looking at it?
Yeah.
You're saying you can't tell that's a camera, right?
I'm saying when you just showed it to me right there, I couldn't tell right away that it was a camera.
Now, can you tell it's a camera?
I said, no, that's
Can
not
you
what
tell
I
it's
said.
a camera now?
I can now.
What's your name? Smith, you can't tell that's a camera.
I can tell that's
If
a
I walked
camera
up, this
now.
is how far I was away
Are you
from him.
listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. You said you couldn't tell that's a camera.
I couldn't tell initially it was a camera.
Can you tell it's a camera,
You told me you
though?
couldn't tell that's a camera.
How about we do this? How about you let me ask the questions and
So wait, why are they more concerned with this guy filming him and less concerned with the fact that he's probably covered in blood with a knife in his mouth? Like, is this the same guy that we saw? It's the same guy, right? So
He's the same
he's
guy.
probably covered in self-inflicted wounds. He's living with a dog in what I'm sure is a very and they're concerned about him filming them.
Yeah,
What
and-
are they worried about?
And the funny thing is that sometimes we see different dogs in the videos that we see.
Oh, yeah, he's always got
never
a
the same
different
dog.
dog.
He's eating them.
Always.
He's eating them. He's eating them. No.
Yeah, or he's putting them in prison.
Well,
yeah, but you
he wrestled me for my cameras.
I
what he
think that
did.
anyone in
That's
this
that's
video.
good.
him in a
think
threatening
cops
manner.
No, I
are
did.
just
It's on
taking
here.
away his dogs because they're seeing how he's living and they're like,
Maybe.
please, no more of this.
Yeah, I mean, if they are just trying to help him, their bedside manner is considerably lacking. But you know, for police, hey, they're not brutalizing anybody at
surprised
this
what
point, so
surprises
good
me.
on them.
That they're not like they're like being so nice to him.
That's fine.
Because
I
he
do
is
it all the
filming
time.
There's multiple of them, and he's very antagonistic
Yeah,
to
well-
them. Tells them that he's going to do stuff to their kids,
Yeah, yeah,
investigate their
watch.
kids
Got
for
a camera on
drugs,
him.
and all
And that
this
wasn't
stuff.
threatening.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm ready to go to the hospital. You don't appreciate
Good, take him-
YouTube?
now
Is that
take
what
him
you
to the
said?
hospital.
You're going on YouTube, okay? You're going on YouTube too,
Fine.
okay? So you got a problem with that?
That one
because
cop
nobody's
looks
gonna
like
watch
his
it.
wife
You're
just
going
left
on
him for
YouTube.
another
I got
man this
hundreds
morning.
of
He didn't give two
thousands
fucks
of
about it.
people
He
that
is
watch
in his
it.
own personal nightmare that has
Would've done the
nothing
same
to do
What's
with
that?
the situation.
That's on you.
That one cop.
Then why ain't you doing it?
Oh, here comes Opie.
Yeah.
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. My high school
Alright.
training class.
Here we go. I love this part.
Oh, you keep it up, okay? Take the recorders because you're getting weird.
Me.
You're
Me with
getting
two recorders?
spooky on
Are you
record.
serious?
You're going to jail. You keep it up, okay? Take the report. Phillips, you're a dirty fucking pig. You're going on
just like my
YouTube.
wife.
When your kids get old enough, I'm gonna investigate them for drugs. You can tell your wife you're a dirty cunt, okay?
Okay, I'm starting to like this cop. I'm starting to like this fucking cop. He's winning me over, you pig. Come on.
That's why it's like he's got the balls
Okay, buddy?
of this guy.
He's
just
over there
goes
trying to
at
figure out some way
everybody.
to arrest me.
He antagonizes everyone he meets. He's looking like that was his shtick on YouTube.
But he wins
It's
me
just-
over with the cops. He's like, I'm gonna investigate your kids for drugs. You know, like,
And the guy just, that's the best reaction when someone's trying to get your goat and they're getting all aggro at you. If you just, I don't know, like that face that cop makes, it's a great,
yeah, this guy he goes at him.
Camera next, okay? That's because you guys fucked up, okay,
What's
Smith?
your address?
1128 Renee Lane.
Oh, that's
you
near
can
my
tell
high
the
school.
sheriff it's because of you
How
and
do you spell
him.
Renee?
Hey, you can go fuck yourself. That's the only
Very
thing you can
nice.
do for me, okay?
They can take
go
him in for
yourself.
that.
Oh,
They
you're a
could-
grown
Yeah,
man.
I'm a
Start acting
pig
right.
smoker and you're a fucking pig.
Okay.
Beat it.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
That line just gets me. I'm like,
that
it's
situation.
like my dream. Like, I couldn't even picture myself saying to a cop, like, I'm a pig smoker and you're a fucking pig. Like most cops I would think would take that as a threat. Like
Absolutely, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you just never, that's the whole thing. It's like, it's like cops are like, you don't know, like some of them are very actually like real decent people, and it's unsafe to try to figure out which ones the good ones are. You just have to kind of assume they're all like psychotic because
None of them are your friends, dude.
Yeah,
Even
none
the
of them.
good
But
ones.
there are people. There are some cops. They go home at the end of the day. They really, they try to be a good person. They would never, they would never really use their position of authority to try to harm someone or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they work alongside a bunch of people who would, and you can't tell who's who.
Yeah.
And so when you're in a situation with them, you just kind of have to pretend like it's just like you're surrounded by poisonous snakes. Like, what do I have to do? Just keep looking in the eye. Don't make a lot of fast movements. Whatever they need from me, we're going to get out of this. But I'm terrified, and I just kind of don't. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the police.
No, and like I always say, like I've had
FedSmoker.
Yeah, I've had friends that are cops, right? But like, and as you mentioned it, right, very nice and whatnot, right? But overall, my life would probably, the chance of something potentially bad happening are minimized the further away from cops that I am, because it's like they're like priests. They're priests all the time. They're cops 24/7. They are, like you don't want to have to be in a situation where they're like, oh shit, do I turn my friend in or not? Guess I am a cop, that's
Just what a weird job where you have to tell on people. Like a perpetual hall monitor for the rest of your life. Time you see somebody having any fun, you got this conflict. Do I need to ruin that? Need to tell somebody?
I was at the nail salon when I first moved here, and I was just chatting with this nice girl sitting next to me. We had a really long, nice conversation, probably an hour. And like we get to the end of it, and I finally go, well, what do you do for a living? And she very quietly says, I'm a police officer. And I went, okay, well, I guess we're not friends anymore. I need to think about everything I just said to you and remember if I said anything problematic. So
joke, everything I said was jokes.
Exactly.
Our whole conversation, I'm a spy. I'm a ghost. I'm gone.
It's Delta 8. It's Delta 8.
It's like, thanks for telling me, because I was about to ask you if you want to go get high,
Exactly. It was funny because I just moved here and I was like, oh, friend, right? Yeah, no.
So since this is a YouTube show and we keep it relatively PG, no, we don't. Kiss, marry, kill. Those three guys. You have HeyJulia guy.
I gotta touch one of them.
You have Sideburns guy, and you have
Magneto.
FedSmoker.
His name is Magneto.
Magneto. yeah. HeyJulia, Magneto, FedSmoker. Kiss, marry, kill.
All right.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah, I was trying to be, like
I'm
nice.
gonna marry. Okay.
These guys are way too much. I would not.
That's true.
so
Don't
to
only
the
kiss.
extreme.
I mean, you're going to end up with herpes anyway.
I'm gonna marry the guy that ripped his own tooth out because he will be dead in a year.
Joke's on you. He's already dead.
He's already dead. Yeah. Okay.
Nailed it.
You called
Good
it. Yeah.
choice.
So I will be marrying him and taking out an immediate life insurance policy on my new beloved husband. So Mary number 3. Oh God, I gotta kiss one of these two, and I gotta kill one of them. I wish I could kill both of them. All right. I think I'm gonna have to kill number 1. I think he's problematic. I think the behaviors are worrisome, and I think he may be more of a problem in the future than openly aggressive Magneto, who I feel is probably not a threat if he has to puff himself up like that. And I don't think this man is gonna commit any crimes against women. Now, number one is heart driven. And he lives in a salon he built himself, and he's the
where he grooms his immaculate beard.
Oh yeah, and it's just I don't know. I feel like he puts that topics on it to make sure it's too even. It's not real. It's
Maybe he uses beard mascara. Maybe that's the thing about him.
Beard mascara. I can see that. It's very even toned, or it's a merkin.
Have you ever gone out with somebody that's worn beard mascara?
No, I date hot guys. I don't.
So I'm
shallow.
I had a boyfriend of 2 years that showed up to one of our dates, and I was like, oh, "What's going on?" And he said, "What? What are you talking about?" And I said, "What have you done to your face?" And he said, "What do you mean?" Still trying to play it off. And I was like, "You very clearly," and I'm looking at him like, "You've very clearly done something." He had filled in his beard with a mascara wand It was specifically beard mascara, and he thought it looked great.
So it's like Joseph in the school play.
I don't even fucking know. Yeah, exactly. I was like, who are you kidding with this? You're certainly not kidding me. Did you? He genuinely thought I wouldn't notice. I'm a woman. I notice everything.
Well, they think, I mean, okay, to be fair to the men, they see the things that we do to ourselves in the name of whatever. And the thing is now with the brows, doing the brows and having them, they're all feathered and they clearly have product in them. But, women know what we're doing with makeup. So it doesn't look freakish and clownish when we do it. But I think they literally, I mean, because you can see a woman and they're not looking at it. I don't think men are that dumb that they see you one day when you don't have any eyebrows and they see you the next day when you've got eyebrows that are 4 inches long and they go, oh, I guess they just grew. Like they know you're doing something. You did something in that bathroom.
Even if they don't understand.
Yeah. You had a mustache and no eyebrows. Now you have no mustache and 2 eyebrows. How the fuck did you do that?
Which?
Yeah. So I think they're like, oh, once they figure out, oh, I saw her put mascara on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that to my fucking beard. Like they're trying to,
well, but his needed to be like, if that was going to be the way he was going to go, because he still had some silver at his temples. You know what doesn't happen? Your temples are silver and your beard is black. Like that doesn't happen in a million
he's
years.
like a reverse pirate. Like when it's.
Yeah, well, whatever he is, it was horrifying, and thank you for shaming me publicly. I needed that, because genuinely, later on, like, I was like, what the actual fuck, man? What the fuck? I'm so pretty.
Did he ever do that again? Did you ever see him put makeup on his
beard
again?
Yeah, he kept it, and he would wear it. He did tone it down after that. I think he did it so that it would try to blend more, and I don't know, maybe he's still doing it. Maybe he has, like, worked out all the kinks.
How long
maybe
did it take you to dump him after he kept doing that? Was that the swan song of the relationship?
It kind of was, but then we dated for another year because my sister passed away, and I was, like, I don't have time for that. I can't do
sex.
Well, it's like I just I don't have it in me to go find another one right now. So you're just gonna have to do.
I know.
Is that sad? I would say I've never done that before, but he was so incredibly convenient. Do you know what I mean? He did everything I asked him to do. He showed up when I told him to show up. He did whatever I told him to do, and he was nice to me. So I was like, okay, we can do another year of this. This is fine until I'm like, all right, listen here, beard mascara.
Yeah, I'm glad you had
mascara
that strange
face.
Bearded man to take care of you.
Do you think I'm a terrible person now?
No. Oh no, I'm a comic.
I mean, we didn't live together. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could just see him when I wanted to. And so sometimes I wouldn't see him for like 3 weeks. So like, that's a perfect relationship if you don't really like the other person as much,
I gotta get that. I gotta
Right?
get me a situation like that.
Yeah, situationship.
Situationship.
I wonder if one of those guys would be into it. HeyJulia would not be down for that. He would want to wear you like a cape.
Was that the first guy? Oh
Yeah,
they were
first guy.
terrifying.
Julia.
That was fun. I kind of want to watch more lunatics. Do you have more lunatic footage that we can watch and I can.
We have
rag
more
on?
lunatic footage. Yes, but we'll show you horrible is hilarious here. I have these lined up. And by the way, I did not think that you would have picked the Julia guy, but after how you explained it, yeah, maybe you don't know what you're getting with the HeyJulia guy. The aggressive pink guy
He
with the
needs to be
sideburns.
removed.
Yeah.
He needs to be. He's the problem.
Well, but here's the thing, though,
Number
because
3 will
like
take
with,
care of himself.
With the pink guy, Magneto, I really appreciate him and how you put that. It's kind of like when people put Confederate flags in their front yard. Thank you for letting me know exactly where I don't want to go. I would really appreciate it. All the racists would just go ahead and put a Confederate flag in your front yard, and then we know we don't have to hang out with you.
I just want to know what I'm dealing with. Yeah, who to avoid. Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why Magneto didn't bother me.
Magneto's fine. You see him coming a mile away.
Okay, so this is a segment that we like to call "Oh My God, He Could Have Died," aka horrible or hilarious if you watch YMH. And it's a new video that we have not seen. So tell me what you think.
I don't think I've seen this one. Oh my gosh, what is that?
It's like a squirrel, I think.
Oh! Did it attack him? Oh my God, it attacked him.
Someone's getting a rabies shot.
No
tonight.
fucking shit. Why did it do
like-
that?
I like-
It's so
yeah,
creeped
why
up
did-
on him. Why did it do that?
The squirrel.
That squirrel is
there.
insane. Oh my God.
Went right for it.
It looked like it crawled out of the car. Do you think it was protecting its home? Maybe it lived in that truck somewhere?
I think it has rabies. I think that squirrel has rabies.
That's not normal, yeah.
No, that's what they do when their brains are dying.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Well,
so did he die? Are these all people that did die?
All these people are fine. As far as we know.
You've already showed me one video of a dead man.
Yeah. It's like that movie Up in the Air. It's like, oh, those people that we found, they're going to be fine. She's like, oh, do you ever check back on them? He's like, no, nothing's got to come out of that.
Don't check on them.
But this is one of our one of our newer, almost becoming a classic. Tell me what you think. And, you know, we can even throw this guy into the mix to see if you would kill him, kiss him, or marry him over the other guys.
Come down.
I love the Bon Jovi.
Come down. Just keep coming down.
That's not a good idea.
Keep coming down, man. You got it.
Get it, play.
Turn to the side. You get to the side.
There you go. You can't be scared. Just roll with it.
Come down.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. So you doing good.
Pick it up again.
That's the sound of a spine breaking.
Come on down. Come on down. Come down with it. I can't.
Come down.
Come down. Just keep coming down. Oh, wait, I'm in the way.
And this old man trying to help.
In the next podcast, we're gonna have to ask, the podcast doctor to tell us if this person's been injured.
Oh my God! If this happened in my shop, there would be 2 weeks of paperwork to fill
I don't
out.
know how to work the machine.
You need to go down.
Oh wait, he's not even hurt?
I don't think
That's
so.
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
he's
I
fine.
No, okay, I thought this was going to be a thing where they brought him out in an ambulance. No, oh, he's just a little bitch.
I think he's just a little bitch. And then
Oh, never mind. I felt really bad for this guy. I'm like, no, you guys, he's in pain. This poor, no, he's in.
I think he's just an idiot.
Come down. You gotta come down.
I can't. The machine's not moving.
Man, I don't know how to work the machine.
I don't know how to work the machine, so fuck you. You know.
Please, somebody. Please, somebody.
I'm going down. Hold it easy, okay?
Hold on, his name's Kelly. Oh, bless his heart.
Oh, bless his heart. Bless his little Mickey
But this
Mouse
is my
heart.
favorite part of the video right here.
It's so guttural.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone.
Because he all of a sudden becomes Mickey Mouse. He's like, oh, help, guys. Oh.
He's like, ah.
Now that I know he's not in pain, I don't even know how to describe the noises that he's making. Like, I really thought that this guy was in physical agony.
I think he's fine. Like,
No, he's
you
fine.
see him down there, and he's
Yeah.
like, clearly it's resting. I bet it's uncomfortable. I bet it doesn't feel good, but
Yeah.
I suspect that he was fine.
Listen, if the weight isn't crushing him now, he could probably move his arms out, put it on his chest.
Well, plus
and
the
then,
way the box is moving, it doesn't seem like it's that fucking heavy.
Right? I mean, I'm sure
Exactly.
it's pretty
Even like-
heavy, but I don't think it's that
Do you have a
fucking
booger on your pot? Oh my God, I do. Ew,
Yeah.
ew, ew. Get it off. Edit it out. Edit it
it's
out.
okay.
We
They're only
will.
1080p, you know?
Edit it out.
Okay, I will.
Take this whole whatever.
Yeah.
If you go in and there's a fucking booger in my nose for this whole
Hold
thing,
on,
You got it, I
you
got
go
it.
What
in and
time
put
is
a little
it,
emoticon
Arturo?
in there, okay? Or
It
something.
is at
Jeez,
107.
I'm never getting laid. I'm never getting laid off of this.
107? Okay.
Oh, good as
We'll just
booger
say there
girl.
was something on the camera. It's as much on the camera.
That's right.
And then I announced it. And
well,
I put it in
we,
my
we
pocket.
have it.
We'll bleep the booger, but it's like, it's a boop, you know, like, get it out. That way people think it's a bug or something that landed on
There
you.
you go.
Boom,
Your house has
magical
bugs in
Hollywood.
it.
It might.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we got
here-
rodeo. Oh, I like
Yeah,
rodeo,
we got another
guys.
rodeo,
Ooh,
rodeo.
rodeo. I like the clowns. I think the clowns are hot.
Let's see if you think this guy's hot.
They're brave.
I don't know if you see where the bull is, but this is the. There's Roy.
Oh God! Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, first of all, I want to give props to this guy. He's hanging on.
Yeah,
this
he
guy's
is.
like, I'm gonna ride this bull or fuck this bull, but he's not getting away from me. Look at him, like he's like, I'm not getting, you know.
The screams.
doctor. He's like, I think he's dead. I think that's what they're saying.
Is that what they said?
Let's see.
I think you're right.
She should have screamed they're dead. You know?
Looks like it hurts so bad.
Let me check with the booth. Is that a serious injury to the doctor in the room? Probably. That's a lot of forces.
Is that like your prognosis is OMG? He could have died.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he either is going to lose an eye or like he's going to lose a jaw, wherever. That's ooh.
God
Do you
damn.
have medical experience? Are you like a really?
We're gonna report a podcast all like the cost of the thinking after this if you
That's
still got
awesome.
time.
I have like 3 moles if you'll look at it for me. If you got a minute. I got 3 questionable moles.
She's like, no. She's like, I've got 3 moles. Only 2 of them are suspicious. The third one's just a bonus.
And
yeah, the third one's just for fun.
That's right.
It kind of looks like a
This
little
one looks
waffle.
like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. This
No,
is one. Go ahead.
No, I'm just glad you brought a medical professional here because I'm pretty sure I'm dying. I was pretty sure that's what this was. Meet us here at 10 o'clock in the morning because it's an intervention about how shit.
Yeah.
You
All
have.
these lights are gonna go from colors to that fluorescent lighting. You know.
I'm waiting
just
for a
over.
fucking ambulance to pull up
And we'll
right
all
now.
just read you letters.
Just read to me.
This is one of our OG classics and one of my favorite ones. If I have to be honest.
Raciando y por Culiacán volaban, nada que antes no intentaran, mala suerte les cambiaba. Se cayó, la acrobacia no salió.
Oh no! Oh fuck! Okay, well I want to see that one again. I want to see it again.
See before
That's
the
the best
medical
one.
team.
The jaunty music, the happy music. It's so perfectly timed.
Before the medical team broke it down for us.
Happened, but I wasn't ready. Okay.
Before the medical team broke it out for us, like I was like, "There's enough water displacement here." Where like I'm sure he's okay, and then I was corrected. Like, no, that's they probably broke their leg.
He's fine.
He's fine. Hold on, and then
We
we
already
got
saw
a
the
few more
squirrel.
here. No, we got the
No, we
rest
already
of
got
them.
that one.
No, hey, listen, I know what I'm on.
Okay,
Trust
my
me.
bad.
Behind the wheel, producing here. All right.
Thanks, baby.
This is another one. I don't know if there's video audio with this one. Well, you tell me.
Oh, that's it. Oh, he's got a helmet on. Okay. Is his head still a head?
It's a little
moving.
more peanut shaped now.
Is he moving or is that just the muscles contracting involuntarily? Okay.
He should be sponsored by this brand of helmet.
100%. He just dragged, man. Oh, fuck.
God damn.
Bikes do not belong on the road with cars. You know what I mean?
There's a minute where he laid there because he was pretty sure he was dead.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
he's
for
waiting
sure.
For the angels or God or whatever his pantheon that he believes in to come fetch him. But
Yep.
Yeah. It's almost like when you squeeze like a grape and like, the inside comes out. It's like his helmet. Like squeeze them out of his head out of the helmet. Look here.
It sure did. Oh my gosh. That's got to be a real surreal feeling to have a bus on top of your fucking head.
Right?
Like that is like Jesus loves you now. You know what I mean? God loves you and you belong on this planet.
Imagine if he had just gotten that bike like minutes before. He's like, hell yeah.
The bike seemed fine.
All right, let's see this one. Let me see what you think. And tell me if you see it. So you see what happened. It's easy to miss at first. So look at this lady's hand, left hand.
As she climbs into the truck. And then she's just stuck. Just kicking her
We'll
legs,
time it.
screaming.
We timed it yesterday. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6 seconds. Her hand was slammed in that door. She stays mad. I would be so mad.
She's a pretty girl. She'll be able to use that hook. She'll learn to use that hook hand. She's a pretty girl. She can do just as much with a hook.
That's right.
I mean, she ain't got no fingers after that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
no,
that's-
Oh, for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, it seemed bad.
Just like the doors come off that Jeep, so do her fingers, when they take them off.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's
It's
see
not
this
meant
one.
to
I
do
don't
that.
remember this one. Oh, yeah, I do remember this one.
Oh no, not Becca.
She was late to the party, you know. Don't
He's
be
like,
tardy
I
for
want
the
to make
party.
it to the bus.
Oh, this one's pretty good too.
This is a pretty good one. This is what we call the sandwich. I hope this guy does yoga. That's all I'm telling you because
Just folded him good.
that could go. He's like, oh fuck.
He almost made it.
And then he almost got clear.
He almost
but
like,
then-
but he held on to his papers, you know.
Is that a dangerous injury for the booth? Because even puzzles our medical team.
Third degree squishing.
He took it like a champ.
Yeah,
he
he
took it like a
did.
champ. You know. What did you think about those videos?
What did I think? I think there's just a lot of pain in the world. I think there's just a lot of pain and hurt, and we're all just struggling. And also, that one girl's had lost her hand, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't have a hand. Tooth guy is dead.
Maybe she still has the fingers or whatever, but they like fused them together, and now it's more like a lobster hand. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
yeah.
Like a
She
creature
can't
from
move
the
them
Black
anymore.
Lagoon with like a
Exactly.
webbing. I don't know why you'd get a webbing from an injury. You can't get a webbing from an injury. I know that's all comic book logic isn't real.
Yeah. Well, Izzy, we need to come back. And
Yes.
you are going to come back because we're about to record another podcast, right? Boom. So,
Are you going to show me more snuff films? Because I'm here, dude.
Well, we're gonna have a doctor comment on them as well, so you know it makes it
a rock
official.
doctor.
That's
a rock
awesome.
lobster,
Do I get to
apparently.
change clothes too?
You can change clothes if you want to.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
can
have any
hook you up.
clothes?
Yeah,
I
we'll hook you
do.
up.
Yes, absolutely. We can do
And
costume changes.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on my Instagram at Dance for Grandma at Instagram.com. And you can find me on Facebook at Izzy Burger. Please do not con me. If you were a con man, please do not contact me on Facebook.
No con men allowed.
No con men. And I'm supposed to get a TikTok, but I don't really know what that is. But that should be, that's the next thing to come.
Maybe what will happen is by the time you're finally ready to get a TikTok, they'll ban TikTok, and then you'll be like, oh gosh, I just really wanted that TikTok next time, and then you don't have to do it.
That's what I did with having kids too. I just kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna have kids," and then it stops working. I'm like,
wait 'em
"Oh, I
out."
meant to have them. Meant to make some. Had so much content in the works. Now I just can't. Got to sit around and get high forever now.
Exactly.
Don't have kids.
I can enjoy my life.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go have fun. Well, this has been good, guys. I'll see you in like 20 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
This
good.
has
Movie
been
magic.
Cast of the Thinking. I mean, the Manly Girly Show.
The Manly Girly Show. Bye.